What's going on, YouTube? It's James with Warhammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and today I got another game in with another Chaos player. This guy, his name, he goes by Red. I don't even know what the rest of his name says on Facebook. I just call him Red, but his name is Christopher. But Red's cooler. Sorry, Christopher, you're hearing that right now. Anyways, he brought out a Chaos army with this really cool-looking double-headed dragon. It's one of my favorite models that I've admired even when I was younger as a kid. But we're going to go over our army list really quick and see what we have. Right here, I brought out Lord Chickenhead, of course, the immortal Lord Chickenhead. Over here, we got my level 2 Night Goblin Shaman. Now I have a level 4 Goblin Shaman on a wolf, which is Igor von Gabo. The big boss man himself, Gorbad Ironclaw, and behind him, he brought out 6 trolls. 6 trolls, that's impressive. Next to them is a Doom Diver. In front we have a unit of 30 Savage Orc Biggins with a big stabba and a champ and a banner. Then I have 30 Orc Biggins that are not savages, and they have 2 hand weapons, and I believe that's that. Over here we have the Irrational Spider and his Howdah crew. And another Doom Diver, a Spear Chukka, that's the same Doom Diver from earlier, a Goblin Wolf Chariot, and a unit of Savage Orc Biggin Boar Riders. And those are boars, guys. I know they look like dinosaurs, but they're just some, very hairless boars with spikes and fangs. Alright, for magic, I got the Harbinger, which basically is like a 1 character unit or a monster if I upgrade it. Gravecall, which is basically it has different tiers, which could pull up like skeletons, Graveguard, Fargeist, Crypt Horror, stuff like that. Abyssal Swarm, which is basically war beasts or swarms, and then it could be upgraded to, I believe, like war machines and stuff. And then the Dark Riders, which has no upgrade, but basically you could get 150 points of cavalry models. It doesn't matter what cavalry, it's just cavalry, which is pretty cool. Over here, the level 2, he actually took the Little Wog, and he got Vindictive Glare and Gork'll Fix It. I was really hoping for like Itchy Nuisance and what was the other one? The Poison one. But I didn't get those. Gift of the Spider God, that's what it is. For my Chaos opponent, now, truthfully, he literally got like this army handed to him from somebody who had him a long time ago. So that's why the models are really old. But you know what? I like that about this army. He's excited to paint them. He's excited to convert them and add some random bits on it, which is awesome. So the guy on the left, that's his Demon Prince. I believe we made that one a level 2 or a level 4. No, he's a level 4. It's a level 4 Demon Prince, has a 5-up ward save and some other crap on him. Mark of Nurgle, which makes him harder to hit. Then this whole unit right here is a unit of, even though he has some Plague Bears in there, he's just proxying them for his Chaos Warriors. He has a unit of Chaos Warriors with halberds, and they all have the Mark of Nurgle as well. Here's that big bad boy I was talking about. Look at that. It's even a beautiful paint job. The 2-headed Chaos Dragon. That is awesome. And he also has a Chaos Lord on top of it. That Lord has, oh man, I'm not sure what weapons he had. I know he had the Armor of Destiny, which gives him the 4-up ward save. And then he also has, I believe, no, he didn't have the Armor of Destiny. He just had the Talisman of Preservation, which gives him the 4-up ward save. And then he had, I don't think he had the Mark of Nurgle. I think he actually had the Mark of Zenich, which makes it like a 3-up ward save. So he's just, this guy's a tank. This guy had the Chaos Armor, and he had a bunch of other stuff, which just made him really hard to kill. Then next to him, he had a unit of, it looks like 9 Chaos Knights. And again, he just busted these guys out. He wanted to see if he should even put the work into them. So some of them are missing their bodies and stuff, but whatever. I don't care. And then he has a giant block of 20 Chaos Warriors with halberds, and they have a BSB in the front with them. I believe he has a halberd as well, or a great weapon. And then next to them is a unit of Juggernauts, Skull Crushers. I always call them Juggernauts. The monsters are Juggernauts. They're the Skull Crushers. I did win the roll-off, and the Vanguard Chickenhead runs up by himself, and we're going to go start off with Orcs and Goblins turn 1. Orcs and Goblins turn 1, as you can see, I just kind of moved everybody up. I kind of split up the Doom Divers on both ends, so that way he has to kind of figure out how he's going to get over there. Not thinking that his general would actually just fly over, but he is going to fly over with this general. Magic phase, I go for the Dark Riders, get some hex boards on the board, and start giving them hell where he can't really do anything to them because they're ethereal. Get double sixes. On the double sixes, I rolled on the miscast. I rolled a 6, which basically my wizard right there is going to take 1 wound, and he's fine. Besides that, as for the hex boards, I brought them up over here in front of those Chaos Knights, thinking, haha, those Chaos Knights are going to get stuffed up by some Strength 5 hex boards, and totally forgot. Well, I'll explain it later. Shooting phase, my Spear Chucker here missed its target. I believe it tried to shoot at the dragon. Doom Divers, both of them are aiming for the small unit of 15 Chaos Warriors. One of them flies off target horribly. The other one nails them and kills 3 of the guys. So that's pretty good start. They don't panic. I believe the general is the guy on the dragon. But that was basically it. We're going to go into Chaos turn 1. Chaos turn 1, the first thing he does is charge his Chaos Knights into my hex boards. And I'm like, oh man, he's going to be stuck. I did not know they had ensourced weapons. Ensourced weapons are magical. They're going to just kill those freaking the hex wraiths. That sucks. The Demon Prince over here, he charges into Lord Chickenhead, and Lord Chickenhead's like, bring it, man. I don't care about your Demon Prince. So he, sure enough, is going to sit right there. And these guys can't run. They're dead, or undead. His Chaos Dragon is hunting down my Doom Diver. What the hell? Who does that? Who sends their general after a war machine? It's a 90-point war or 80-point war machine, I think. What the hell? The rest of his guys just kind of move up as so, and as you can see, his blocks are moving towards my big blocks. Magic phase, he got 7 power dice, and I believe I actually shut down his magic pretty decently. He really didn't do too much on his magic period because I think he was afraid of getting sucked into the void with his level 4. So we're going to go ahead. He has no shooting. We're going to go straight into close combat. Close combat. His Chaos Knights go. He reveals he has ensourced weapons, and he destroys the crap out of those guys. And sure enough, he's going to overrun. These guys have the Mark of Corn, so they're getting extra frenzy attacks too. And they run right into my trolls for my turn. As for the fight over here, his Demon Prince puts 1 wound onto Chickenhead, and Chickenhead has a hard time hitting him because he has that Mark of Nurgle, which makes him harder to hit, and his weapon skill is ridiculously high, and he has a high toughness and everything. I didn't know Demon Princes were such assholes. God. But guess what? Chickenhead did put a wound onto him. That's Chickenhead for you, man. So 1 wound each. He did win just because he got a charge in. And I fail my roll to panic, and Chickenhead flees. He does not catch. So Chickenhead, as you can see, the dice are right there next to him. He got 12 on the movement, and his guy got a 9. So Chickenhead escapes, and we're going to live another day for Orcs and Goblins. Turn 2 now. First thing I do is the Savages fail Animosity, and they're in Gorbad's range. Obviously, you can see Gorbad right behind them. And that's going to force them to move and charge. So the closest unit is those Juggernauts right there. They're going to have to declare a charge there. I believe the Savages declared a charge onto that tip of the Chaos Knights over on that side. And then the Ragnarok is going to charge in onto this unit over here. Chickenhead rallies. He's turned around and he's facing off his Demon Prince. And then Gorbad went over to this unit over here just to join the unit. And we're going to see how that goes. As you can see, this is kind of how the board looks at this point. I moved up my level 4 guy just closer to the action so he can start calling up some undead monsters. He's kind of safe where he's at. I don't see anybody really a threat. Roll for power dice. I only get 3, which is crap. And I roll them on to Gork'll Fix It. And onto this unit over here, so that way I could hex the Juggernauts. They have to reroll any 6s they do. I only needed my 1 dice in the mushroom, so I had 2 more dice left, and I throw the 2 onto Gravecall, and I believe, yep, I got off a unit of skeletons. Skeletons are going to pop up right here, right to the side flank of the Chaos Warriors, and that's going to start my shooting phase. Shooting phase, I'll go ahead and shoot the spear chucker again, and I try to aim for the demon prince, and it gets a 1. That's just chaos for you, man. I'm trying to shoot a spear chucker at the prince of demons, and I get a 1, which means that I get a slip shot. It doesn't blow up though. It just had a bad roll. Over here, my Doom Diver blows itself up, gets a misfire, and does nothing. And then the other Doom Diver was aiming for that giant block of 20 warriors, and he drifts right into combat of my Juggernaut and Savage Orc fight. And he actually kills off one of my guys, and he does 0 wounds to his. What the fuck is that? Close combat. Close combat, the Ragnarok kills off 4 guys over here. And they swing. They actually do 3 wounds onto my guys. I'm going to go ahead and do Thunder Stomps. And I only killed off like 2 guys more on the Thunder Stomps. So that's how that fight ends. I did win combat resolution. He's losing his ranks. He does have a banner. But he is steadfast for this turn. And we'll see how long they could last. Over here, his Juggernaut. Right off the bat, they kill off like 4 guys. My guys, I do impact hits with the big stabber. I do a shit ton of attacks, but they do have a crazy amount of armor save. I think it's like a 2 or a 1-up armor save they have. So sure enough, I go through all my wounds, and I actually do 5 wounds total that got through. So there's 2 guys left. 1 died outright, and my 5 versus his 5. I have ranks and a banner. He doesn't. I do think he has a banner though, and but he rolls and he sticks. He does do stomps too, which killed off a couple more. I forgot to add that in there. But I still won combat resolution, and as you can see, he rolled like a 4, which is super good for him, and he just sticks. That sucks. Over here, his Chaos Knights, they go ahead first and they kill off one of my trolls. They do not have flaming attacks. They do have magic weapons, but not flaming attacks. So the trolls are fine with their regens. As you can see, I saved a couple right there. But I'm going to go ahead and attack back, and I decide, oh, he did 5 wounds total. I'm sorry, not 3 only. He did 5. I'm going to go ahead and attack back, and it's time for the trolls to just vomit. So I got 5 trolls vomiting, and bam, they kill off 5 guys with just straight vomit. That's rough. The savages, I only got 1 attacking, and it's the champ, and he doesn't do anything. And these guys have a crazy armor save too. And they're going to go ahead and stick around for another round. And we're going to start off Chaos turn 2 now. Chaos turn 2, his warriors are going to charge into my savages, which sucks because that spot wasn't available earlier, but now it is. If I would have known, I would have thrown those skeletons right as a roadblock right into those Chaos warriors, so they wouldn't be able to charge this turn. They would have been stuck right there. And that's only if they didn't kill them all. If they did kill them all, then it wouldn't have mattered, but whatever. His Demon Prince, even though he was facing Chickenhead, he decided to go straight for the Doom Diver, which that's going to hurt me. And he connects in, and of course his warriors connect in over here. His dragon moves over right behind Igor, and that's just scary. He's going to go into shooting phase next, and he burns the shit out of Igor and 2 of my savage boar boys. He kills off one of them. The other one got, I think, like enough armor, or he just didn't wound or something, and he did put a wound onto Igor. So Igor has 1 wound left. That kind of sucks. Over here is Chaos Knights killed off 2 of my guys. They did 4 wounds total. And I go for the attacks back, and I kill off 1 of them. And I believe I am steadfast. I am still in Gorbad's range, barely, and I stick. Over here, as you can see, my savages killed off 3 warriors and killed off 1 of the juggernauts, and their warriors plus the juggernauts just destroyed chunks and chunks of my savages. I mean, they killed off probably like 2 ranks, so like 12 guys roughly, and I totally messed up that combat. He just destroyed them. He's gonna make them. I obviously gonna panic because now he has more ranks than me. He has banners. He has a bunch of wounds, and I cannot recover from that at all. Even though I'm in Gorbad's range, I need like double 1s, and I do not roll double 1s. They're gonna panic and flee. He runs them down, and he catches them and kills them. his unit over here, the Warriors, they actually overrun right into Gorbad's unit, and the Juggernaut, it goes literally straight from. I think we did that wrong. Might have been done wrong. Anyways, so what happens is the Warriors clip Gorbad, and then they have to maximize. I think that's what happened, and then the Juggernaut just ran straight because the Savages were running from the biggest unit. Over here, the Irrational got wounded, one more wound, but he goes to attack back. He only kills off 2 guys at the start, and I believe that might be it. He actually didn't thunderstomp that many, or he thunderstomped, but you could see he got double 6s there, which were his armor saves, and he's fine, which sucks. The Demon Prince puts on 2 wounds onto the Doom Diver. Doom Diver panics and flees and leaves it there to blow up, and the Demon Prince is free. And we're going to start off Orcs and Goblins, turn 3. Yes, that was Chewbacca. That was my brother's text message. Anyways, Orcs and Goblins, turn 3 now. We're going to go ahead and Chickenhead is going to help out the Ragnarok. He's going to charge that unit of warriors over there. He's like, I'm coming to help you, buddy. I see you've been taking too long. And he connects in. And part of the reason I did this was to get him further away from the Demon Prince. And that long charge really helped him out. And as you can see, this is basically how the table looks right now. I didn't have many units to move. I did move the Chariot around to try to ram either the Juggernauts or the Warriors or somebody, or even that guy on the Dragon. And then I try to close in my... I moved, you could see him all the way up on the north side of the board. I moved my level 4 way out of the range of everybody so he doesn't get shot again. He only has 1 wound left. I rolled for magic phase. I got 4 power dice, and I threw up a unit. You could see him right in the middle of the Crypt Horrors, and they're facing the back flank of everybody basically. You could see the Chaos Warriors, the Juggernaut, or the Dragon. I'm going to go into close combat. Chickenhead only kills 1 guy, and then the Ragnarok finishes the job and kills off everybody else, and that just frees them up. There was no more wounds done to my guys, and they were pretty good to go. We're just turning around this way, going to face the side flank of the Warriors, really help out Gorbad's unit, finish off those guys, and we'll see what happens. Gorbad challenges the BSB, and he puts on he missed a bunch of wounds, and again, because they have the freaking mark of corn on them, and it just makes it harder. His initiative was actually just as fast as Gorbad's, which means that my always strikes first doesn't get to reroll the misses, and I only put on 1 wound. He goes ahead and hits back. I think he had a great weapon. If not, he had like a plus something on his weapon, and it does 2 wounds onto Gorbad. His warriors kill off 4 of my guys. My orcs end up killing off I think 6 of his or something like that. I do a good chunk of damage to him on this one, and so my guys I believe are winning combat, and we're gonna stick. Over here, his Chaos Knights do 3 wounds. I failed all the regens. Killed off 1 of my trolls. My trolls end up they do a bunch of wounds. Every round they're doing a bunch of wounds. But I'm only at strength 5, and he has like a 2-up armor save, so his 2-up goes up to I think like a 4-up. So he actually has like a high possibility of not losing a guy. So like 1 or 2 guys die each time, and that's that. But basically that's the end of my turn. I had to reform my savages to face the dragon, and Chaos turn 3. He decides to charge the dragon into my savages prematurely, and he gets in like this, and that actually really sucks. Over here, he decides to charge the Juggernaut into the side flank of my Orc boys, and this move right here hurt so bad you won't even believe it. Magic Face, he gets 7 power dice. He throws a bunch onto something, gets double 6s, and it does cause a small template blow up on his guy. Oh my god, he did not throw 6 dice onto something. He threw 6 dice onto the Purple Sun. Holy crap. So he's going to throw the Purple Sun in an angle to hit the Arachnarok, which is not touching anybody right now because he just finished off that unit. And it's going to go towards my level 4 Goblin Shaman. As you can see right now, he's pulling out that stick. That's the line he wants it to go in. Alright? And he rolls artillery dice, and it goes through my Arachnarok. I have to pass an initiative test, which is pretty high on the Arachnarok. It's a 4. and I failed it. He killed my Ragnarok outright. That sucks so bad. Oh man, then it hits my Goblin Shaman, and he did pass his initiative test, so he's still alive. But that sucks so bad, man. I just lost my one of my aces in the hole to help out Gorbad's unit right now. Oh man. He took a wound on that, so he's down to 2 wounds. Chicken Head's wound and the wound for his miscast. His dragon over here is going to start off the close combat, and he just destroys all 4 of my boar boys, and he's just free to go and roam and do what he wants to. He turns around this way to kind of face the chariot that might be coming in. His BSB gets hit by Gorbad, and Gorbad does 3 wounds on this challenge. And then his Juggernaut goes, and the Juggernaut starts taking out chunks of my guys. His warriors go, take out chunks of my guys, and unfortunately my guys only killed like 2 of his, which is nothing compared to how many he killed of mine. He has a side flank, he has an extra rank, he has a banner, he does a shit ton of wounds. So my guys are going to run, and because they run, they failed the Gorbad leadership check, and because they run, Gorbad dies. Just because he's a freaking BSB. That sucks. That right there pretty much cost me the game. That he killed my Ragnarok from helping out that next turn, and my guys just had shit. I mean, like, I didn't have Choppas on this turn, so Choppas really boosts his defense up. He gets a bunch more moves in, or much more armor checks in because of that. And yeah, that just, and he had that side flank. Starts off Orcs and Goblins turn 4. As you can look at the board right now, the only Orc units I have available right now are all Goblins. I have a level 4, a level 2, a Goblin Chariot, and Trolls. I have everything else that's on the board is Undead. Oh, and I have a Spear Chucker still too, and Chicken Head. Everything is Goblins right now. Maybe the Goblins could pull it off. Who knows? I'm going to have the Crypt Horrors charging into the Dragon, hold him up. I'm going to have the Chariot charge into that side flank of the Warriors, hopefully take out a good chunk of them on the impact hits alone. And Chicken Head is charging into the Demon Prince because he needs to finish off those wounds. So I get in with the Chariot, which is great. I get in with Chicken Head, which is great. And I get in with the Crypt Horse, which is great. I have Magic Phase. I get 7 power dice, and I decided to throw 6 dice onto a big monster. And I asked them, because I don't have the model for the Terror guys. I used to, and my ex-girlfriend used to play. But I was like, you mind if I pull out the Ragnarok for the monster base for their Terror guys, because I want to play with that rule, you know? And he was like, cool, let's do it. It's a friendly game. So I pull out the Ragnarok. That is my Terrorgeist, and I'm having him face down. It was a tough choice. Like, who do I have him attack? And I need there's so many points left on the board, and it's so close to the end. I'm going to try to kill off that Lord on the Dragon. So, sure enough, that was what I did. Over here, I'm going to throw the Spear Chucker. I'm going to try to shoot the face of this Juggernaut right in front of it. And it happens. He killed him. Got 3 wounds on the multiplier, and he just killed out that Juggernaut outright. Good job staying alive. Over here, I believe this is close combat. Yeah, close combat. I tried to wound his general with my Cryptors. It does nothing. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the shooting phase. Oh, I'm wrong. The Terrorgeist is screaming at the general. This is a question I had. It says the Terrorgeist can scream out of combat. Like, if he's in combat, he can still scream at other people that are outside. But can he scream into somebody who's in combat with somebody else? We didn't know the rule. I'm not really an undead player, and none of our undead players were around. So what we decided was to 4, 5, or 6 it. I won the roll. I decided to scream at his Chaos Dragon. But if anybody online knows that can I scream into a unit that's already in combat, that would be something I would like to know, because I do want to invest in a Terrorgeist soon. Sure enough, I scream at him. I put only one wound on. I had a shitty roll, and now we're gonna go to close combat. Close combat. Chickenhead puts another wound onto that demon prince. That demon prince puts another wound onto Chickenhead. So we're at 2 and 2. This is getting down to the nitty and gritty. I believe he sticks. He doesn't run. Over here, my chariot impact hits does 2 impact hits, strength 5, throw them both, and I don't wound a single one. He goes with his 2 guys on the side and makes way with his champ and does like 5 attacks and just destroys my chariot outright. That is just bullshit. I didn't kill a single warrior. Oh man. Over here, his dragon kills off one of my trolls. He does 4 wounds total. I don't do any wounds back, so I lose combat resolution and I crumble and I lose like 2 guys more. So basically that's exactly how that plays out. But I do stick him and he can't do much. He kills one more of my trolls. My troll attacks back and kills off one of his guys. I am no longer steadfast, and since Gorbat is dead, I have to roll off my troll's leadership, and he runs and panics, and he gets away actually, but they're chasing him down. And I mean, this fight has been going on since the beginning of the game. His warriors start off his turn. He's going to go ahead and charge into the spear chucker here. He's going to continue to charge into my trolls. He actually catches them and kills them, which sucks, or troll singular or whatever. His general obviously faced off into my cryptors here, and I believe that's just going to be it. He's going to start off close combat. Close combat. He does only 1 wound onto my cryptor, which is fine, but he does crumble based on the fact that he did 1 wound onto him, and I was unable to do a wound onto him. His warriors just destroyed my spear chucker, which whatever. It was 35-point spear chucker. The demon prince kills Chickenhead. Son of a bitch. Well, I mean, you know, Chickenhead went toe to toe. I mean, the demon prince is like, I don't know, what is it, like a 400-point character or something like that, and Chickenhead's only like 180, and he went toe to toe with the demon prince and lived for like 3 to 4 rounds. So that's it for his turn. He kind of just reformed his guys, of course, and he's gonna go ahead and we're gonna do Orcs and Goblins turn 5 now. So new strategy is huddle formation. I only have very few people on the board that are worth points. So what I did was I put all the undead guys blocking in Igor in a corner, so that way he has to fly over and whatever. But more or less, as you can see, I'm just trying to keep Igor alive. Him and the level 2 are the only worthwhile points on the board left. Magic Phase get 9 power dice to throw up another unit of hex boars right here. And I believe that's it. I'm going to go into shooting phase. Shooting phase, I scream at the general. Again, I roll a shitty roll, and I only do 1 wound, which, you know, that's kind of cool, but at the same time, I need to do more, especially since he's failing his ward save. And that was it for my turn. I didn't have anybody in close combat. He's going to start off Chaos turn 5. His general is going to charge right into my boars, which I just popped up. Or I'm sorry, he didn't charge into the boars. He charged into my level 2 over on that side. He wants to finish off the points. He refuses to kill the guys worth no points, which is very smart on his part. Magic Phase, he gets 5 power dice, but he decides he's not going to do anything because he doesn't want to risk losing his Demon Prince to the Void. He goes right into close combat, kills off my level 2, and that's that. Turn 6, Orcs and Goblins. I'm going to go ahead and charge the Hex Boars right into the Warriors. I'm trying to make them flee and panic and run off the board because they're so close to the board edge. It doesn't happen. They actually just sit there and I connect. It was worth a shot though, you know. I'm just trying to get some points here. 5 power dice, and I decide I really want to throw up another Terrorgeist. Those things are doing fine. But no, it didn't happen. So I think I tried to throw up like Vargeist or Cryptors or something like that, or the Vargulf, and I actually got dispelled. So I'm going to go straight into shooting phase. I moved my Terrorgeist closer over here, as you can see, and I had him scream at the Demon Prince. I figured it's an easier target. Killed him outright. Finally, screaming at some people. And then I believe that might be it. I think that was it for my turn. I have nobody in close combat. It's his turn. He'd roll 4 for magic dice, which I don't know why. And he's charging his dragon. That's what it is. You can't see it. You can see his head in the corner. He's charging his dragon onto Igor. I decide to flee with Igor, and that's the end of the game, basically. And then we did the close combat here for the shits and giggles of it, and I killed off a bunch of his warriors, but it didn't do enough, and he didn't flee and run off the board. But anyways, yeah, that was a fun game. It was really fun to play a different opponent, and there was so much to see. I mean, so different. Like every time I play a Chaos army, every army plays so different. I mean, I've gotten my ass kicked by every Chaos army I've played so far, but at the same time, I've actually beaten quite a few of them as well. Yeah, it's just fun. I've never seen a Chaos Dragon put to work. I mean, like he has 2 fire breath weapons, or one's like a fire breath and one's like a poison breath, or something crazy like that. And I think that's pretty cool. But it's and it's interesting. Like I said, the Demon Princes, that's something that's new to me as well. I think Chickenhead handled it well for what he did. I think he needed just a little assistance and we would have been fine. But anyways, it was a very fun game, and I can't wait to play Red again, and I can't wait to see what he does with his paint jobs and his you know, him modifying all the characters. I mean, he said in 1 week that he had a 1,500 point army, and then the next week I'm over there bringing a 1,500 point list, and he's like, oh, I got 2,500 points, and it's just like, holy shit. So and he had some other characters that were really well painted too, that were in a case. He didn't even bust them out, so it'll be fun to see what he does. As for MVPs, this is a tough one, especially since this game was a straight losing match for me. I mean, the Savages started off strong, but they got wiped, and they got wiped out, which that really sucks. They didn't even finish off the Juggernauts. The Doom Divers blew up, pretty early on. Chickenhead, I always want to give it to Chickenhead because he does remarkable stuff for what he does. He did put on 2 wounds onto a Demon Prince, but that he didn't finish the Demon Prince. He did hold him up, and he didn't get a chance to do anything to him, which is great. But the person who, honestly, I mean, Gorbad, he took out the BSB, but that was all he did. The Trolls, they should have took out the Chaos Knights, but they didn't. They killed off like 8 of them out of the 10, or 7 out of the 9, or whatever it was. But they didn't finish the job. The Orc Boy Biggins, they didn't do it either. The Spear Chucker killed off 1 Juggernaut, which 35 points to the however many points a Juggernaut is. That's pretty impressive, but they didn't do anything. The Chariots sucked balls. The 2 that did the most work, which was the Arachnarok Spider, took out a whole unit by himself until Chickenhead helped and killed 1 guy, and Igor, my level 4 Undead Shaman. He pulled out so many units that actually, the Terrorgeist by itself killed off the Demon Prince, which was pretty cool. But then the other boars didn't really do shit anyways, and by the time the other boars came on the board, it was too late. So I'm gonna give it to the Arachnarok. Arachnarok takes the MVP. Sorry, I had to discuss this out loud because I tried to figure out who the hell the MVP is. Arachnarok took out 1 unit of warriors with halberds by himself, and he's the only one who actually made a dent into his army. Unfortunately, he got sucked into the Purple Sun of Xerxes, and he's just dead. But way to go, buddy. You did a good job. You got the MVP of the game. Anyways, guys, tomorrow is Blood in the Sun, and I am going to be livid with the games tomorrow, and we're going to see exactly what we're going to pull out for Blood in the Sun. Or actually, I know what I'm pulling out for Blood in the Sun, but I want to see what everybody else is bringing to the tables and what kind of armies we're going to see. I'm going to have 1 showcase video, which is just going to show you the armies, and then I'm going to have I'm going to try to keep up with my crew of guys that are going to Blood in the Sun, which is my brother Todd, the Lizardman army, Dan and Max, which is the High Elf and Skaven army, and myself. Of course, you're going to watch my videos. But anyways, if you haven't, like and subscribe already, and I will be putting up more videos very soon. And next video, Blood in the Sun. See you guys then. Take care. Peace.